In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to beat every meta defense in Madden 25, from the engaged defense, 6-1, 3-4 odd, 3-3 odd, mid blitz, you name it. We're going to have pass protections. We're also going to have route combos that you guys can use in any offense. But if you guys want to know the playbook I'm using, I'm in the Eagles playbook in the gun normal close formation, but you can use these in any playbook. Let's get into our first defense. So the first defense we're going to go against is going to be the dollar formation. So it's going to include this loop blitz and also the engage blitz that everybody is currently running in Madden 25. So I'm going to be in gun normal. So we'll start off with the loop blitz. So the loop blitz, in my opinion, I think is the easiest one to beat. So how we're going to want to attack this is play action plays. If you guys are playing loop blitz, is you want to make sure you guys are calling play action plays. Now I can't set it up. I don't have a second controller. I know me. But just take my word for it. I would never lie to you guys. So what we're gonna do is call a play action play, and this is just the easiest way to block it. So if they're looping, what this does is it dumbs out the blitzer, and he's just gonna run straight into the guards, and that's exactly what he wants. Instead of looping from the left guard all the way over to the right guard, which normally is or how they set it up, you're gonna be able to do that. So most people are doing this out of cover 4. So the best thing we can do versus cover 4, and we're gonna be able to take this when running other formations. So this is cover 4 match. So a lot of the times it's gonna be match principles. So if we play match and they're looping, what we could do is out of PA snag, we can streak our tight end up, streak our tight end, and then fade this outside receiver right here. And then what should happen is when we motion out this running back, we'll just put him on a speed out. What should happen is the safety should dumb out. He is going to be responsible for the B receiver, allowing our tight end to score on a one-play touchdown. Right there, it looked a little weird. Normally, this is better out of Y sail. But if we're struggling blocking the loop, like most people do, this should work. As you guys can see, this quarter flat kind of runs with the streak, ends up breaking for this post slash drag, drag right here. I don't know why he wants to break towards that, but allowing this inside quarter of the match to Randy Moss, leaving the tight end wide open. Now, the fade is going to give you a little bit more room so you don't get switch stick if you guys do call Y sail. So if I call Y sail here, call Y sail right here. And then if you're not calling play action, you guys are going to want to ID the slot corner. It's the best way to pick it up right here. Now, let's not get shedded. As you guys can see, the fade gets guarded by the inside quarter, and it's going to allow our tight end to score a one-play touchdown. Now, let's just say they're in regular cover 4. Maybe they cancel the match principles. How are we going to attack this? So the best way to attack cover 4 is going to be speed out. So we're going to be in PA snag. So what I like to do is speed out the outside receiver, streak the slot just so we're pulling the deep blues. Then over on the right side, we're going to wheel our running back. We're going to flat our outside receiver, and then we're going to put our tight end on a post, and I'm going to stem him down once, just like this. And we're going to be able to throw that speed out every single time versus cover 4. Again, if they try to get aggressive and switch stick that tight end post, we're going to get over the middle. Now, and then the running back wheel, the reason why this is so good is because there's really no vert hooks in a cover 4. So now if they're adjusting and they're putting like maybe a cover 2 on one side, they're going to be able to stop this running back wheel. But against cover 4, they have hard flats and deep blues. So we can pass lead the wheel inside towards the middle of the field and get easy 20, 30 yards. So like right here, this seam flat or curl or quarter flat, yeah, it might match this. But if that's just a regular hard flat shaded underneath, that is going to play the flat, and we're going to be able to throw the wheel versus that. So that is what we do versus the loop blitz. So now if we're playing the engage blitz, we have to be a little bit more strategic. We can't send out a running back. We can still call PA snag, but we have to block our running back, and then we're going to half slide to the right. Now, if this is getting picked up, you guys, or if you're still not picking it up with this, sometimes what happens is your half slide, it almost doesn't register, or it kind of like messes up, and you see how the halfback symbol is over the slot corner right now. So if that's ever the case, you always want it on the guy that's going to be coming up the engage. I don't know why this won't switch, but just ID the guy that's coming through the A gap, and the running back will make sure he gets him. I don't know why he's not, but as you guys can see, the running back's going to kind of cut across the field and chop block the engage blitzer that slides through. Now, a route combo we can do for this is I like motion angle, and I love to put this to the short side of the field. So what you guys are going to do is you always have slide towards your running back, and then you ID the loop blitzer. Then What we're going to do for this is we're going to stem this route up twice, this slot receiver route. We're going to drag our B receiver. So if there's hard flats, this drag is going to pull them inside and we can throw it. So right here against match, as you guys can see, that quarter flat actually gets pulled by that drag route. We're going to be able to throw that right there. And this works versus hard flats, cloud flats. Now, and it's only from the slot receiver. Or slot cornerback. So if they have like a cloud on the outside, cloud's going to guard this out route, of course. And that's when we can start calling cover 2 beaters, streaks on the outside, all that. And then we'll set up the protection. We're going to post Devonta, or actually, excuse me, we're going to curl Devonta Smith, post Darnell Washington. So now over on this left side, no vert hooks against this defense. We're going to be able to throw that. And that's just one of the few plays. So something I can give you guys, if you guys don't run Eagles formation, how we can attack this, again, we can do the same thing. It's the same blocking, half slide towards a running back, and then ID the looper. There's going to be no vert hooks, so if we can run wheel routes are going to be super effective versus cover 4 defense. Also, curl routes as well. Curls are going to be super tough. And then finally, speed outs. Speed outs are going to make your opponent put clouds on the field, and if they put clouds on the field, that's when we can start attacking our drags. So let's get on to the next meta defense. Now we're going to be playing against 3-4 odd. And I'm going to put 6-1 in this conversation as well. 6-1 and 3-4 odd are two of the toughest defenses in the game to go up against. So if you guys are playing any of these defenses, you guys are going to want to block your tight end if they're sending the crib. Okay, if they're sending the crib, you block your tight end. But also don't get too comfortable always blocking your tight end. Sending out 5 routes sometimes against an all-out blitz is really good, as long as you're not doing it every single time. So what you want to do is, let's just say 6-1, whatever side your tight end is on. Let's just say we're, I don't know what I'm going to call. Let's just call PS9. All right. Let's just say we have Darnell Washington. We're going to block him, and then you want to ID the cornerback that's always opposite of your tight end. So this is how we pick up 6-1, sending the linebackers, and also 3-4 odd as well. Now, route combos that do really good, just drags, zigs, and then short posts will always do good. So we can do something like this. Just something simple like this, where we have a drag. This is against pinch buck 0 man coverage. Sam will blitz will do really good versus this. Now, if they're running cover 4 out of 3-4 odd or 6-1, which is super popular for 6-1, we can take some of those cover 4 plays I was talking about earlier, and we can implement them against 3-4 odd and 6-1. But something like this against pinch buck is just going to be super simple to run. Set up the blocking. So set up the blocking. If they're sending everybody, we have this post right there. As long as they allow us to catch it, we'll be able to throw that post. But we also have our zig. We also have a running back wheel. So if we do have enough time, we can throw this running back wheel over top right here. Right there, we got blessed with the route bumping the top safety. But most of the time, a wheel will always beat man-to-man coverage. So if they all allow blitz, running pinch buck, whatever it is, you guys can put a running back wheel out. Obviously, zigs and drags beat man-to-man coverage as well. So if they're not sending everybody, let's just say if they're only sending one side, if they're sending maybe like 4 or 5 people, what you can do is ID the outside corner that they're sending on. So if they're sending off this left side, you would ID the left side corner. If not, you're going to ID the right side corner. Same thing with 6-1. The same concept works just because it's similar defense, outside linebackers. You're just adding one more linebacker in the mix. You're kind of sending extra people. So you might need to block your running back if they're sending 6. If they're only sending 4 or 5, you can send your guy out, ID at the corner. If not, always just block your running back if they're sending 4 or 5. But if they're all out blitzing, always have to block your tight end and ID opposite from the tight end. So that is how we're going to attack the 3-4 odd defense and the 6-1 defense. So if you guys are now playing hot blitz is super tough. There's a lot of people who, or I shouldn't say a lot of people, but it's one of the more meta defenses. Guys like Vose have made this popular. So if you guys are playing people like Vose, or people who run Vose's scheme, what you guys are going to want to do is, this outside linebacker is your only threat. Always make sure you just ID that outside corner on that side. Just because when you ID the linebacker, for some reason, the tackles don't always kick out. And in 3-4 odd, they love a cover 3 with a cover 3 shell. So it's really hard for them to kind of guard the flats because they're also sending this outside linebacker. So Y-Sail is a really good play versus this. We can drag this slot receiver. And we kind of can run a flood concept on the side because their user has to kick out over to this side of the field because they send that linebacker. And if they don't send him, we have all day. If they do send him, they kind of have to make a choice whether they're guarding the running back or if they're guarding Darnell Washington on like the short corner. Now, if they start running cover 2, then that's where we want them, because cover 4 is the best defense to switch stick, all this other stuff. So if we can get them in these defenses to get them in cover 2 or cover 3, those are really bad defenses in this game just because you can't really switch stick and all that stuff. So the goal is to get them out of cover 4. So if they do run like the cover 3 or turn the cover 3 into a cover 4, we can run this flood concept, put a lot of stress on their user, and putting a lot of stress on their user opens up this backside. So like Deion Sanders, right there, they sent 5 people. If they're sending 5 people out of this formation, it's gonna. Oh, did not mean to do that. It's gonna be super tough for them to move the ball, just because we're putting so much stress over on that right side of the field. So if I were you guys, run a flood concept. If you guys don't know what a flood concept is, pretty much flat corner route. I prefer shorter corner routes this year just because harder to switch stick. Deeper ones are easier to switch stick. And then some sort of fade or streak. And then the backside, I love this drag and route combo. Just puts a lot of stress. And quick hiking, flipping the formation a lot because they have to flip. So, for example, if we flip like this, they don't want this linebacker on the 2 wide receiver side, because then what we can do is we can do stuff like this. I can just throw that flat, and if they start getting aggressive with cover 2, we can do double streaks, beat them over top with cover 2. But they always have to flip their defense. So flipping their defense, they're going to have to reset it. It's not like dollar where it's symmetrical, where you can leave, you don't have to flip. You can just start, switching your zones and everything. So that is how we're going to attack 3-4 out. Again, if they send this linebacker, we're IDing this corner. Otherwise, I just got 5 gifted subs while I was offline. All right, I'm leaving this one in the video. Shout out It's Colt for 5 gifted. If you're watching this YouTube video, thank you. Anyways, if they send the slot corner, you just block your running back, same protection, and that's how we get into or that's how we beat 3-3 out. So we're going to kind of use the same route combos that I was talking about, like for beating man-to-man coverage with PA snag, all that stuff. But this is more important about blocking because everybody struggles with blocking mid-blitz. So you guys are playing mid-blitz and they're sending 4 or 5 people. If you guys want to block it, if you're in any form other than normal, it's always ID the outside cornerback on the left side, no matter what. If they're sending 4 or 5. If you're in gun normal like I'm in like the Eagles playbook, or like a doubles formation, it's always going to be the corner on your tight end side. So it's a little bit different in this formation. But then if they're sending 6 people, same blocking, you're just going to block your running back. And we can do a lot of different combos out of this. Again, if they're in man-to-man coverage, we can do that same combo. We'll block our running back because they're sending 6. But we can do like a wheel route, drag from the tight end. Just something like this. Drag from the tight end is really good because that top safety is always manned up to the tight end. So if we drag, that top safety has to go all the way down and try to guard that. Otherwise, speed outs are going to do really good. I love this motion angle play. We'll block our running back for this. Stem this slot up. We're going to drag this outside receiver, post our running back or outside receiver Randy Moss, and then hike the ball. If the tight end gets a good release, he can win on that wheel route. That wheel route's a little bit weird just because of how wide it goes. It's not like the normal wheel route. And then over on the other side, we're going to drag Devonta up. And we should have the drag, or we can throw this out route right here with Deion, and we're going to be able to fry. And if you guys have any questions, any more route combos that you guys want me to go over in these videos, or just make more videos on, please let me know. Any offenses that I can try out, play a couple games, and teach you guys how to learn, please drop them down in the comments down below. If this video helped you guys, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.